Cancers, it is AD with Chaos Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your end of January reading. Thank you guys so much for hanging in there with me this past couple of months. Honestly, thank you guys so much for your patience. Please do not forget to check out the description box below for information on how to book a personal reading with me, and also my Instagram and just fun stuff like that, guys. So yeah, without much ado, let's get into your reading. I thought that there was something else I had to say, but like I can't remember. That's crazy. It's gone. Anyways, so while I was pre-shuffling and like doing like my meditation and prayer, I don't know, I was just so happy. Like, you know, there's just such a happiness that, you know, I literally was just like, God, thanks for like rainbows and sunshine. You know, I just feel that way. And as a Cancer rising, I'm hoping that that's a Cancer rising thing. You know, I'm hoping that that's a water sign thing of just this air of lightness going into the rest of this year. I don't know. I mean, it's just, ugh, I was just like, I'm so happy right now, and nothing grand is happening, like nothing great. You know, I'm here in front of you guys, which I love, but like, you know, like I haven't gotten a man or nothing, you know, but like everything's just chill. Like I'm just like, you know, I'm chilling right now, and I just hope that the feeling of contentment lasts, you know. I don't know why I'm like opening up to you guys, but I'm hoping that like we're on the same page, I guess. So yeah, so we have the Star card. So healing, hope. This is what I'm saying. Like there's just a lightness. Okay, so it wasn't in vain. Thank you. Shout out to the divine. But like the Star could be connecting with an Aquarius, but this is a time of healing, growth, hope, you know, looking forward to the future. And that's what I'm saying. That is the mode, that there's just an easiness that's going into. We're aware that it's not going to be the easiest thing on the planet. We know that there's going to be twists and turns, but we just like are finally seeing like it's going to be worth it. Once I get to my destination, once I can be the person that I, you know, have always seen myself to be, it'll be fucking worth it, and I'll be able to take a breath. And a lot of people are in the beginning stages of that. It's all gonna be okay. It's kind of what I got from that Star card. Let's see what's going on with our Cancers for the end of January, please. Oops. Alright, so the underlying energy we have is the Hermit. Could be dealing with a Virgo, but then again there is the Star. Okay, so you know, even though this card is associated with Virgo, this easily could be associated with, you know, Cancers also, as far as like Cancers needing to retreat into themselves in order to come back whole again, especially if they feel overwhelmed by the existence, you know, that we are born to suffer to. And that's not me, that's fucking Buddha. You know, like, you know, life sucks inherently. And I feel like Cancers being like a cardinal sign in the first of the water signs, it's just like Cancers understand that more than anything, because everything is such an onslaught to them. Every emotion, every feeling, you know, other people's feelings, other people's emotion is such an onslaught, and it's new and it's fresh. And so Cancers really have to do their job and their diligence to retreat, because they're receiving so much information at one time. Cancers are like the computers of emotions. Like there's just so much data coming in and out at the same time, and this goes for Cancer moons and Cancer risings too, you know. So just be aware with that placement, you're just constantly receiving information, and so you got to remember to check in on yourself. And so it seems like there has been an underlying energy of removing yourself from hectic situations, from people that you know are going to drain your energy. You're very mindful, you're keeping your Star, your light to yourself, which at this point in time I understand, I completely get, trying to gear up into the new year, just being aware of all of the players, you know, that are on the table, so you can have the best you know, so you can play the best game that you possibly can. So I feel like Cancers are really embodying this Hermit card. They're really taking that time to check in on themselves, check in on their light, make sure that they are able to function in society, okay, without being overwhelmed by it simultaneously, right? Okay, so here we have the Two of Pentacles as the heart of the reading. We move into the Magician as the foundation of this reading, the Three of Pentacles as the present moment, the Seven of Wands as the most likely outcome, and then the card of advice is the Queen of Swords. So it seems like you're right on track, Cancer. You're right on track quite a bit of major energy, 50% major arcana energy in this reading, so this is an absolute necessary. To me, this probably has to do with work, finances, more so than anything else. With the Two of Pentacles being here, there is instability, wanting balance, not really knowing which way to start, which way is up and down. For some of you guys, it's very topsy-turvy. There's a decision that needs to be made, or there's just a balance that needs to be kept. This could be a ratio of eating to how much you're working out. This could be, you know, your work pleasure time, you know, your work time pleasure, whatever the fuck that saying is. There's a weighing of the options of pro and cons. This could be, are you willing to enter into this relationship, or do you just want to keep it cool? You know, it's that type of energy of the I'm not sure. And it seems like with the card of advice being the Queen of Swords and then the Hermit being the underlying energy, the best thing that you can do in this situation is retreat and kind of go into yourself. And, you know, you're just going to be kind of defensive. Let's see if I can get some insight onto what this decision could possibly be. Where's the Two of Pentacles here for Cancer, please? Two of Pentacles. Oh, we got the Three of Swords. So this could deal with the third-party situation, heartbreaking. This might be somebody for some of you guys. And this is pretty intuitive. For some of you guys, what you're going to be battling is forgiveness. If you're going to forgive somebody, somebody might be coming back, and this is something that you wanted, or, you know, you've thought about, you put some energy into with the Magician card here. As far as the foundation, it's something that you've manifested. It could be something as simple as an apology, but it's something that you felt would heal you in this next phase of your journey. Like, you don't need it, but you'd like it if you had it, if that makes sense. And so this is something that you kind of thought about. So when this person finally comes back or has this conversation or what have you, with this Three of Swords here, so there's pain, betrayal here. That's why I'm imagining that it's some sort of coming together because of the Three of Pentacles that is here in the present moment. So there's a coming together, working towards a common goal, but I sense that there's some tension here. There's some bad blood here. Like, you know, little nigga and little nigga really don't fuck with this nigga. Like, they're like, nah, he's too bossy. You know, like, they've been having they have their own separate group chat about how he's been fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're looking at him like he just thinks that he's a hot shit. There's tension here. I'm not seeing this. I see you getting the job together, but there's resentment. There's underlying feelings here that haven't been held, and you're deciding as a Cancer, am I going to let this go and just go along to get along, or am I going to keep it with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I going to keep, like, this anger? Not this anger, but, like, am I going to keep this backstabbing ass? I remember the feeling of being down in the gutter. Am I going to keep that feeling with me as I carry on, so I know not to fall into the same traps and make that same decision again? It's that type of energy. And for some of you guys, you are going to be choosing to keep that with you. You're keeping that with you, that grudge. It's a little chip on your shoulder, but I think that this chip on your shoulder there, that's their Cancer, is what is propelling you to act. Alright, because Cancers can get very complacent, especially when it comes to their emotions. They can start swimming in it and get really lost. That's for any water sign, right? I mean, and all of us are equally as bad. We just carry it out in different ways. So it seems like this grudge, this chip, this problem, you know, that you have, you're coming out and you're like, look, I got some shit to say. I'm getting this shit off. Like, I'm not gonna let you back in so you can keep making a muck over the shit that you did in the past, because I'm not about it no more. But that same hurt has propelled me to get my shit together. I'm actually starting a YouTube channel, or I'm actually applying to the jobs that I said. I'm actually looking into moving to the state that I wanted to look into, because you are not going to hold me back anymore. So there's a courageousness that's coming in out of this, because it goes from the 3 back to a defensive 1. You know, you could be in a working condition the end of this month that makes you uncomfortable, where you decide, are you going to stay or are you going to go? There's a lot of ways that this can play out, but basically the most general reading, right, is you're going to be confronted with a situation where it's going to require you to work with somebody that you don't want to work with, or you're going to be in an uncomfortable situation that involves 3 people where you might feel like you have to pick a side. You could be one of the people that picks a side, but there's going to be in a group setting or situation, there's going to be an upset, and basically you're going to have to weigh the pros and the cons, make a decision on if you are going to continue to stay in this upset state, if you're going to try to fix it, heal it, or if you're just going to completely move on. Okay, so there is that's probably like the most general reading. It's just like, be aware of your work situation and be aware of third-party situations the end of January, okay? But with the Magician being the foundation, you know, the beautiful thing about this is, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's in focus. I've just been wilding, so I apologize for that, Cancer. But the thing about the Magician is you have the power, okay, to pick your own destiny and what you want to do. You have the power to completely, as above so below, you have all the tools in your toolbox, so don't be afraid to make that decision. I don't even see you being stuck in this state. I watch Aquarian Insight, and kind of as she says, like with this spread and like this time of year, it's just like really holding a microscope to a situation. For whatever reason, Spirit just picked up on this particular storyline for the end of January, but this could be something that lasts a couple of days. This might not be very dramatic for some of you guys. It could be because it's major energy, but I can also seeing this just be like a hiccup for some of you guys. You know, like if you have like a part-time job, you might get into it with one of your co-workers, but it's over as soon as it starts. You know, like that's kind of what I'm getting. I don't know, for some of you guys obviously this could be major, but for other of you, this conflict or what have you could be something very fleeting and very passing. It doesn't have to linger for a very long time. And then with the card of the advice being the Queen of Swords, I mean, it just goes to show that you have to keep a leveled head about this, Cancer. When you make this decision on if you cut off, you have to remember to distance yourself from it so you can be in your best mind. This is asking you to put logic above feeling and emotion as you move towards the end of this phase, at the end of this chapter or what have you. Great. I mean, it's a little shitty, but it seems like you're already in that moment because you're protecting yourself. Like I don't think that this reading was anything foreign to you. I think that you're like, oh, okay, cool. So when this Queen of Swords, you're really going to adapt into that. Like the claws are sharp. But yeah, you're just making sure that you're able to make decisions based on you. Like, you know, like you're not afraid to make a decision based on you. Again, going back to that Hermit card, you're very much aware of what you need and what you want, and you're not going to accept or settle for anything less, which I appreciate. Sorry, Cancers, which I absolutely appreciate, because Cancers can sometimes be get stuck in that I'm a martyr type, but it doesn't seem like you're going into that. The Queen of Swords isn't a martyr, right? She's nobody's victim, okay? So you're not playing that card anymore. You're not a victim, all right? So we had two things fly out. It's time to release negativity with also Scorpio energy. So it could be connecting with the Scorpio, but you know, that's a fellow water sign. So it's time to let go of negative thoughts that you have. And that goes back to the Star card that we saw, the Hermit, the healing that's happening, especially if this situation is kind of ass backwards. And then we also have the answers you need are coming. So just hang in there, Cancer. If you're looking up to the stars, the moon, and needing a sign, it's coming for you. And it'll be very clear as daylight. The thing about when you see Gemini, and I'm seeing this also with this energy here, is like communication is key. Communication is important. And I'm not sure if this got cut off, but what I was saying about like communication, I don't see you coming off as a big explosion of emotion or anything with this Queen of Swords. I don't even see you turning into this ice cold bitch. I just see you stating facts. Stating your facts and nothing else, which I can dig it. Alright. Oh, look. And then at the bottom of the deck, we had a personal issue reaches a resolution with your Cancerian energy. So this is really great. And like I said, this is, maybe that's why I'm getting the temporary feeling. This might not be something temporary, but it might have been something that was moving. It's moving. Like if it was stagnant, if this tension was stagnant, it's moving. Something's happening where this part of a cycle, right? Because we don't have any cycle endings, but this chapter, all right, this section, if you will, it's closing out. You're going to be stepping into something new. I feel like you're just in a weird state of transition. Nothing is permanent right now. And then boom, we have a new start is coming. So just to hunker down on what I was saying. So that's beautiful. A new start is coming. The answers you need, that your personal issue, negativity is being released. That's how I feel. That's why I was just like rainbows, daffodils, unicorns. Like, I just feel that way. Even if there is ruffles in the water, it's so temporary, it's so minuscule, it's so, you know, I have bigger and better plans, bigger and better dreams than to be crying over spilled milk. Like, it's, if the 5 of Cups happened, the guy turned around and looked at those 2 of Cups and is just like, man, I got 2 more cups, fuck y'all. Like, it's that type of energy. Keep shuffling. I don't know why those plopped out. 3, whoops, 2, all right, so we had compassion fly out. Oh wow. I'm glad that I kept shuffling, because the first 2 cards that came out, I just, you know, they didn't resonate. But the next cards that came out, look at this: compassion, mercy, and forgiveness. So I'm really happy that I continue to keep shuffling, because I mean, this is really funny, especially for that storyline that I was speaking back. If you have somebody who comes back that hurt you or betrayed you in the past, now they're trying to offer an opportunity for you to work with them, and it seems like Spirit is asking you to be nice. Even if they hurt you, Cancer, Spirit is asking you to be nice. Even if your answer is no, no, hell no, no, you can't say that. Don't say that to them. Be like, you know, just where I am in my life, I just don't think that that's going to work for me. You know, if you're if your manager asks you to stay extra hours, and you can't be like, stay, like that Soldier Boy me, but stay, me? Who? Don't do that. Be very like, I'm sorry, I can't right now, you know, some things come up, I just have other priorities. Just make sure that you're wording it and articulating it in a very nice manner as you're going through kind of like this juggling process, because I do feel like people are going to be asking for your forgiveness. People want to break bread. That was the other thing that popped out, was communion. People want to break bread. People want to put all the bullshit aside and Spirit, all right? So I know, and to me, that demonstrates that this person, whoever needs your mercy, your forgiveness, and your compassion, if Spirit had those cards fly out like that, I'm assuming that this person is on some bullshit. This person was very much an issue and very much a problem, and they did everything wrong to you. So much so where I think Spirit even agrees that, you know, if you want to hold a grudge against them, you have every right to. This person is, I don't want to say scum, but like they treated you like scum, okay? They treated you like scum. And they could have been going through something, we never know, right? But it's just like they treated you horribly. And so Spirit is just like, hey, we acknowledge that they treated you horribly. They were on their journey. They're evolving. Please be compassionate and remember to forgive them, all right? And just remember that there's no point in holding like super grudges, unless they're the grudges that I was speaking about earlier, where like it's that grudge against the world, where you're just like, you know, not the world, but like where it's that grudge, that chip on your shoulder that gets you active, right? Anger, that Mars, that fire, that first start that gets you going. That's fine, all right? But you can't sulk in that. Like, you can be like, man, I'm gonna make sure that I turn into Rihanna, so I'm gonna be on my fuck you shit, you know? Revenge body. Working out to get a revenge body is one thing, because you're helping yourself, you're benefiting yourself, you're happy, and then it ends up being for you the entire time. You're like, wow, I just can't, I'm so happy that I got in charge of my own life or whatever. That's a fine revenge, all right? But it's the revenge where you're plotting, where you can't let go, where you don't want them to be happy, you refuse to be happy because you're so focused on making sure that they're not happy. It's that type where you can let that go, and just learn to forgive, never forget is kind of what I'm getting. That might be the name of this video: forgive, never forget, Cancer. But I love it. I love it. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I will see you soon, and thank you so much for your patience. Please don't forget to drop a like or a comment. Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the description box below, and I will see y'all soon. Peace, Cancers.